You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, the one thing that I tried to tell everybody about in the Mike McCarthy hiring was you're getting a quarterback guy. You're getting a quarterback guru in Mike McCarthy. You're getting an offensive guy, a guy that had, to be honest, a hell of an offense with the Dallas Cowboys and had a lot of success over the years with Aaron Rodgers. Something that's going to be very interesting about this draft. Are we going to look back and be like, that was a really underrated / good quarterback draft? We got to remember something. We got two interesting scenarios out there involving quarterbacks that got drafted later, right? In fact, I think both of them went in the third round, Carson Beck and Drew Allar, that I think could very well be future NFL starters, franchise quarterbacks. And their path is interesting because there was a time when they were in college, they were both considered top 10 first-round prospects. And then injuries happened and drama and this and that and the other, and James Franklin happened to Drew Allar, and they dropped into the third. Drew Allar made his debut last night, and I hate to break it to Ravens fans and Browns fans and Bengals fans, the Steelers look like they have two guys that could potentially be future franchise quarterbacks. Will Howard looked the part, and Drew Allar, holy shit. Holy hell. Drew Allar. Now, again, preseason action, you're playing against guys that'll be bagging groceries in another month. I get it. But the moment was not too big for either one of them. They were calm, cool, collective, hit their short to intermediate passes. Drew Allar hit a couple long passes. That kid's got some moxie, and he's got a cannon. And we found out last night he can move a little bit. Drew Allar can move a little bit. Will Howard, we've always known he could move. But the cupboard is not bare for the Steelers now. And somebody's going to be the odd man out here. And I don't know who it's going to be. I'm kind of wondering if it's not Mason Rudolph. Like if Mason Rudolph ends up getting the heave-ho and Will Howard's your backup to Aaron Rodgers. They were competent. They were collected. They looked good. Drew Allar's the only rookie quarterback on the Steelers roster, but he wasn't the only Steelers quarterback to play in an NFL game for the first time on Thursday night. Will Howard missed the preseason in 2025. Will Howard followed Mason Rudolph into the game, went 7 for 9 for 86 yards, and appeared to have a touchdown pass before tight end Robert Tonyan was ruled down short of the end zone. The Steelers went on to score and then scored 3 touchdowns while Allard was in the game. Mike McCarthy, quote, "I like the way our quarterbacks ran the offense, and that's the big thing. I thought they were very poised. I like the way all 3 of them played, especially our young guys. I like the way Will responded. He did a good job overcoming some long down distances. And I thought his 2-minute drill was outstanding. I thought Drew played very, very well. McCarthy called it a good start." Will Howard last night.
1 on the 29-yard line.
Look, he's got a little something. He's got a little something. There's no doubt about it. And he looks like he can play. He looked calm. He looked collected. I mean, that's a good pass. He hit his targets. He hit his marks. And that's all you want out of guy play. I mean, he's playing in his first game, folks. Drew Allar. Holy shit. Drew Allar.
Allar, 3 drives, all 3 have resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. And keep in mind, Mike McCarthy is having to rebuild this kid. He's having to rebuild him, you know? And he hit his marks. He was calm. He's got a blatant gun on him. Seriously, he looks like he fits the bill. I mean, that little rollout to the left for that little touchdown, that's nice work. That's nice work. We saw one of the most disappointing parts of last night, and I'll probably have at least one more video coming, maybe on Mendoza. But one of the most disappointing things from last night was the fact that Carson Beck wasn't able to play. He's got a rib injury. But it's going to be pretty wild if we find out the Steelers have their franchise quarterback of the future, and maybe the Cardinals do too. Because after seeing last night, you go, again, like I brought up the other day, there's certain guys when they get in the game for the first time, even in preseason, you're like, Patrick Mahomes, those kind of guys where you're like, oh, they got something. Brock Purdy was the one I brought up the other day. 7th round pick. 7th round pick. The first time he got in a game, and I'm watching the 7th round pick play, and I literally was sitting at my desk in my studio, and I went, is he the best quarterback on the roster? I said that out loud about Brock Purdy. And here we are, franchise quarterback for the Niners. That's interesting. And Saturday, and I'll probably do a video on this, we've got Ty Simpson versus Garrett Nussmeier. Can we get some Alabama LSU action on a Saturday? Guys, I'm so glad football's back. By the way, Cam Ward, are you going to listen to me, guys? He did not look good. And I'm making a call. I've brought it up over the last several months that this year is huge for Cam Ward because of how good the draft is going to be. Cam Ward better show his ass this year, or I think the Titans are gonna come off of him and draft another quarterback. You have to. If you're the Titans and you go 3-14 and you're sitting there, and Arch Manning is sitting there, and you're in Tennessee, you're picking Arch Manning. You know, you're sitting there, you look up, you got the 2nd pick, and Dante Moore's on the board. You're taking Dante Moore. If your season goes like that, you're drafting a guy. Tell me what you think. I like McCarthy. I like both of those young quarterbacks for the Steelers. But Drew Allar, woof. And I think maybe both of those kids can play. But Drew Allar, we may look up in like 5 years and be like, Drew Allar was the best quarterback to come out of that. Uh-oh. Fernando didn't look bad last night either, by the way. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.